We're back. Finally. What, after what, a week?
A week of de-icing.
De-icing.
This whole thing.
I feel like my new nickname should be Iceman.
What am I, the ice queen?
I don't know. But
First of all, I want to also point out, because lots of people are telling us just put salt or de-icer on. We can't.
yeah, we're not even sure if it's cured completely yet. I think it has. But I know the guy that poured the concrete for us said make sure try not to use that because it'll really tear up the concrete, brand new concrete.
So we had to do it the hard way.
Yeah, so we chipped away a lot of it. We tried heaters, which I think helped heat up the slab a little bit so that the ice came off.
Definitely.
But man, and then once you get it off, now you got to get it moved and get it out of here. And you can't just push it out the doors. You got to get them away from the structure so that we can drive and walk and everything without slipping. So, but anyway, the Iceman got it done with the Ice Queen.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Anyway, we are finally back to working today. We're doing something fun. We went and we picked up some lumber, which paying for it wasn't fun because it was incredibly expensive. But getting it here and getting ready to start building again is going to be a lot of fun. So you can see on the sawhorses here behind me, I don't know what we're going to call this. You can call it like a bug board.
I like bug board.
Or something like that. But basically, we've gone through and we've installed the grade board around the perimeter. So it's really the bottom gird. It's a ground contact, pressure treated lumber. But because of the imperfections in the wood and then the imperfections in the concrete, it doesn't create that perfect seal. So what we're gonna do with this lumber behind us, it's 2x6 by 8, and we're going to take the grade board and then we're gonna take the bug board and we're gonna make this kind of flat bottom to each of the walls. So we have to plane it down to 5 3/8 of an inch, and then we'll attach it there. We're gonna get some of that pink sill seal that we have. We'll tack that to the bottom of it, and we might even go so far as just running silicone around the cracks on the inside because we don't want any bugs or mice or anything getting up into the walls. So that's gonna be what we're working on here today. So we've got all the lumber here. It'll fill up all the bays. So we got to plane it down and then we'll cut each bay to size so that it fits precisely in there. And I think we're going to probably run out of daylight before we get through all that, but maybe we can get it all planed today. But we're moving forward with a lot more of the carpentry now of getting, things just built, right? We got the cross bracing we're going to get done in the next few days. We're going to start building the support walls for the apartment shop or the apartment flooring.
So that we can put in the window frames.
Yeah.
Because we have to do all of that before we can even think about putting up the side seal.
Just the siding, right? Yeah, I don't wanna put the siding up and then take it down and have to do cuts around the windows. You might as well just do it in the right order and do it the right way the first time. So, but we still have a lot of prep work to do. We want to get our cross bracing in the corners. We want to get the seal done. We should have some insulation coming this week. Yes. So we'll get the insulation in once we've boxed out all the windows. We'll get the vapor barrier up, and then we'll start doing the wall girds on the inside. So everything that you see, all the horizontal lumber that's on the outside will be duplicated, probably with just 2x4s though on the inside. And we'll use that to attach all of our, whatever we end up deciding for walls on the inside. But it'll help hold, the insulation in place as well. So, but there's just a ton of work. I'm so pumped. We can finally work in here. We're not sliding around. We've had great weather, and I think we're going to continue to have some great weather.
It's kind of a tease. Like it almost feels like spring.
I think to people who aren't building, we have temperatures that are above freezing during the day, and then it drops down below freezing at night. And what it's done is it's create this thaw-freeze cycle. So ice is all over the place. But for us, I think it's good because the snow is melting gradually, but it's coming down. So like the material of piles of snow and everywhere, it's starting to dissipate a little bit. And even though we have a little bit of snow in the forecast this week, it's nothing. It's nothing. So so I love it. This is great weather. I'll take working in this every day over 100-degree temperatures, especially now that we got the ice out of here and it doesn't feel like we're working in a freezer. That was horrible.
Well, no, falling was horrible.
Yeah.
Falling was not fun. But anyway, so we're both very excited to get started on actually building now,
the pace,
instead of like chores.
Right. The pace should pick up. We're doing fun things. We should see the progress go a lot faster here too. I can't wait. We should stop talking and just get to it.
Let's go.
All right. finished up. We planed all 20 of these boards. It seems kind of silly because all we're really doing is cutting 1/8 of an inch off of each, but let me show you why I think it's important. So these posts right here, they're actually trimmed down. They're 2x6s, but they're cut, they're planed down to 5 3/8 of an inch instead of 5.5 inches. So if we were to take a normal 2x6 here and to do that as our board, you'd see that it would stick out by 1/8 of an inch plus. So that's why we planed these down. Here's one that's been planed, and you can see it fits in there nicely, nice and flush on the end when we go and put the other board to it. That way we don't have the wall sticking out and looking all silly when it's all finished. But it wasn't a ton of work, but it was worth just making that extra little effort just to make sure that we've got a nice plumb wall, especially down at the bottom. We'll do the same thing for the windows too. All right, I think it's time. I think it's time to call it quits. But you can see behind us, we actually got it all cut and placed all the way around the whole shop, except for just a couple small ones left and right of the door back here because we got some stuff in front of it. Yep. But as you can see, there's actually a, I don't know what, 3/4 of an inch gap below that. So we changed our plan kind of midstream here. Rather than setting it all the way on the slab, we'd have to cut it or notch it out because of those little feet things for the brackets. So instead of doing that, we're gonna get some of the that crack filler insulation that you do around windows and doors. And we're gonna go through and do that underneath that bug board on all of them, and that'll give a nice good seal. That way we don't have anything coming inside from the outside, mice, bugs, whatever. And the nice part about this is it's got a really good, I mean, we cut them really precise, really tight fits. Sorry.
I was on that job of trying to hammer it in.
But there's just not going to be any way for even just a really small mouse to get through. So I think with that and then with sealing up the bottom, we're going to be in good shape. Which means we could take a few of these rolls of that paint and still seal back.
Yeah. Or, I mean, it doesn't hurt to keep it. We've got a lot of projects.
We do. So it's all just sitting there in place. Tomorrow I'm going to go through and probably put, I don't know, maybe 5 screws in each one from the outside grate board. And that'll attach it. And then when we do the inside boards, we'll attach it as well. But that's not going to be until we get the insulation and the vapor barrier in place. But once that's all nailed off from the outside, then it's time to staple down the house wrap, tape it off, and then we're done with the house wrap for good. So no, it's good. We got all that done in just a few hours here.
Yep.
So it was a productive afternoon. We always get a late start with church, but that's okay. We still had a good afternoon. So all right, we'll kill it right there.
All right.